Hello, my name is John from JB Collects, and this is Meet the Collector. So welcome to this new series where I'm going to be going out. I'm going to be interviewing other collectors in the sort of retro gaming, the game collecting niche, where they can hopefully share their hobbies with us. Sort of come up with it the other week. I just thought about something new for the channel. So I thought I'd start off this first one in the series, which is going to be basically about me, to give you a little insight as to what we're going to be doing. So let's go. So I'm 44, live down on the south coast, Hampshire, UK, with my wife and 2 kids. So my sort of game collecting journey started probably a couple of years ago, really. Whereas we would go into car boot sales, this, that and the other. I've always had an interest in sort of like side hustles. So eBay has always been a big, it's been a big thing for me anyway. So I was always in and around things like car boots, charity shops and stuff like that. And I'd often pick up games for resale, really. But obviously I was a keen gamer a long time ago. My childhood, I remember growing up on Spectrum, Commodore 64, Amiga, then I think went to Master System, Mega Drive. I was never really Nintendo, I was always the Sega. And then, so it's sort of, I suppose the last couple of years, it's sort of the nostalgia of it, I've sort of got back into it again. So I've started collecting. I would almost certainly see myself as a collector first, and then probably a gamer second. I do play some games. I don't have the next gen consoles as yet. I play on PlayStation 4, Xbox One probably the most. But yeah, watch this space. Hopefully that will change this year. But yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about the background into it and to how it all started, really. My favourite console is probably the PlayStation 2. I can remember having that, obviously, when it first came out, and we put hours and hours in. Me and my wife actually played a lot of games on there together. I was flat shared for a bit with some mates of mine, and that was kind of a big part of our sort of, nights. We'd have some sort of gaming nights and stuff like that. So the PlayStation 2, it's the one that I find the most satisfying collecting for. You don't find them as much anymore now. They're not as, freely available out in the wild, should we say. Charity shops and all that are getting a bit more they're getting a bit more wise to the game, which is absolutely fine. And also so are other people. People that are discovering their, old collections up in the loft or whatever. They're obviously looking into it, and that's great. They're not going to just give stuff away anymore. But it's probably my favourite collection. It's probably my favourite console to collect for is the PlayStation 2. Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing games for it, and there's some absolute garbage as well. But I don't know what the library is. It's huge. It's in the thousands. I know that. The game I spent far too many hours on. For me, it's probably the Tony Hawk series, probably the third one. I remember just literally it would become part of our daily lives back then. It was we were just putting in so many hours on it. It became obsessive, like competition between each other. So almost, it's that one. I mean, going back in the early days, Sensible Soccer on the Amiga, I can remember playing that with my mates after school and stuff. And again, that was just, that was a huge part. And then actually going into PC gaming, we played a lot of Championship Manager. That game, Christ, I mean, that sort of took over our lives, for several years. I used to work night shift, me and a mate, and we used to finish nights come home at 6 in the morning and we'd play on, we'd set up our league, we'd have networks of both our teams to be, you know, in the same division and stuff. And we'd play for hours and hours, and then, you know, Christ, we've got to get some sleep, we've got to be back at work, you know. But yeah, that was many, many moons ago. So yeah, but probably Tony Hawk's, I'd say. Biggest collection, as I've mentioned, PlayStation 2 is my biggest collection so far. Currently, at the time of filming this, 286 games. Still a long way to go. I've no plans on filling it or anything daft like that. But it's the sort of thing that I like. So I log all my games on the CLZ app, so it's handy. So when I'm out and about, if I see stuff, which you do see, you know, you do go in the odd charity shop or car boot and you find things that you haven't got, which is brilliant. And then I'll, you know, just scan it on the app. If I haven't got it, I'll pick it up. If it's a reasonable price, I'll collect it. For me, it's as much about the hunt as it is actually, you know, the actual game. I really enjoy the hunt. I really enjoy going out and buying them. So yeah, biggest collection currently PS2. Most valuable items. I haven't got any. I'm not one of these big hitters. I haven't got, you know, the £3,000, you know, mint sealed Nintendo box games or anything like that. I don't know where my collection's going to go. Maybe one day I might venture down that road. I would love to get into some of the older systems a bit more. Currently, it's Mega Drive is the one I collect for from that sort of era. But no, my two valuable items, I've got two. I've put them out. They're not big hitters at all, but Wipeout 3 Special Edition, that I've seen this go for upwards of £100. This is absolutely mint. The box is mint, everything, case, manual, and the whole lot. And then this one is another one. I don't know what this goes for. It's been up and down, but I just love it because this is Pocket Pac-Man in its box, absolutely mint, completely perfect, from 1983. I mean, I was 5 when this came out. That's unbelievable. And I don't want to open it up, but inside is like, you know, it's absolutely perfect inside. I can remember when I bought this. This was in a charity shop. They had it behind the counter. I think it was a 20 quid or 30 quid. And I asked the lady if I could have a look at it. And she opened it up and she sort of slid out the box and the inlay and that. And I said, yeah, I'll take that. And then as she started closing the box, and it was all kind of like, started to crumple it. And I was like, oh, leave it, I'll do it. But yeah, so that I paid 30, let's say 30 quid. I think it was 30 quid. But I mean, this is unbelievable. This is like a piece of history. Do you know what I mean? 1983. I don't know what the price goes. I've seen them for 100. I've seen them for 200. One guy on eBay had it for 300. But then I've seen them sell for 60, 70. So nothing too big. But yeah, so they're my two kind of biggest, sort of most valuable items. Next collections, like I say, I mentioned I would like to start a new one from the sort of older generation, maybe the 8-bit era again. Maybe. I did have Nintendo, I did have NES. Like I say, I remember from my childhood I had Master System, but yeah, I got rid of those. So currently I'm doing the Xbox 360, which I'm really enjoying that. It's so cheap and there's some amazing games for that. So I'm going to keep collecting for that. And then this year, I would like to start another one. I'm actually thinking about handheld. So if anyone's got any suggestions about a good handheld, I really would like either PSP or the Vita or something like that. And then maybe start collecting for those. So yeah, let's see how it pans out. So final thoughts, yeah, so keep going into 2023. I don't know where it's going to go. I'm going to keep growing the collection up. I really enjoy it. Car boot season starts soon from sort of where we are. So yeah, and this channel, you know, I'm going to keep sharing stuff on my Instagram. For those of you that don't follow me on there, head over and check it out. That's very much game pics and, you know, pics of stuff from the collection. And then this YouTube channel, I'll keep growing this and keep posting new videos. I'm really enjoying the sort of sense of community. around this kind of retro gaming, sort of collecting sort of hobby. So yeah, met some great people, hopefully meet some more. And that's the whole point of this, is that we can now, hopefully I can get some people on that are willing to do these kind of sort of Q&A style informal interview chats. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.